Welcome back, I'm Jane from Thrift With Jayne, and if I was to open an eBay store today in 2025, these are the 5 things that I would recommend. First of all, have a personal account. You don't need a business account to start with, and once you have a business account, it's very difficult or almost impossible to switch back to a private personal account. So start off with a personal account. Things don't look that different to start with, and having a storefront does not mean that you're going to sell more items. It just means that you will need to pay eBay and a set subscription amount every month or yearly for that storefront, regardless of what you sell. The second tip I could give you is you do not need an expensive lighting setup. You do not need expensive cameras. You can just use your mobile phone. That's all I use. Mobile phone and natural light is the best light you can have. So do not go out and spend a whole heap of money on lighting. The third thing I recommend is you do not need expensive backdrops. You just need, so they say, it's better to have a white surface and a white backdrop, and for that you can have a whiteboard or a piece of white card. You do not need expensive backdrops. My fourth and probably the most important tip is start small. Don't go out and spend loads and loads of money on inventory. I have got little piles, some people call it death piles, I don't really like to call it that. I've got piles everywhere of where I've gone out and bought loads and loads of stock, and I've photographed a few items and put the listings on eBay, and I've now got piles of stock all over the place where you've just lost your enthusiasm to go and list it all. And that is because the vast majority of resellers are addicted to the hunt. We're addicted to going out to car boots, charity shops and auctions to get our stock. We are not so addictive to listing it and doing the back end work. And before you know it, you're back out the next day and you've got piles everywhere. Start small. That would be my biggest tip to you. Do not go and buy anything else until you've listed everything you've got. So to start small, you don't even need to go and buy anything. Look around your house for 5 items. There must be a pair of jeans that don't fit anymore, a pair of jeans that you don't like, excuse me, sorry, it's my dog Frenchie, or a top you don't like. As long as it's in good condition and, you know, a fairly good brand, doesn't have to be top of the range or designer, try putting that on to start with. It's quite frustrating when you first start putting on eBay because basically it took me about an hour to put my first item on properly when I started out. Yesterday I think I listed 7 items in half an hour, so you will get quicker and quicker. You will get quicker and quicker. So go and find that item and set yourself up a personal account if you don't already have one, and list it on eBay and see what happens. Now, you don't have to list every single day. As long as you do it consistently, whether that be every other day or every 3rd day, and you look at your shop and make tiny, tiny changes to it, which I'll cover in the next video, you do not have to list the 10, 20 items a day. Just do what you can, because otherwise you're very quickly going to burn out and you're not going to fall in love with it. So try and pick items that will have a higher profit margin than getting loads and loads of small items that you're not going to earn a lot on. The final tip I will have is don't spend too long researching how much something goes for. And you need to go into eBay and you need to look at what the sold prices are for your item. So if you've got a Next pair of jeans, size 16 pair of jeans from Next, it's irrelevant what's in the for sale part of eBay. You could have someone put it on for £1, someone put it on for £100. It doesn't matter what someone else has put it on for. What matters is the sold price. So you need to go to the filter, look up your item, go to the filter and look at sold. And that will tell you over 5 items, 5 pairs of Next jeans, size 16 or whatever size you're putting them on for, it will tell you an average. You can have a look and see what everyone sold them for. And if it's £9.99, £12.99, £14.99, £5.99, then I'd put it up for what the highest is that you've that's been sold. So try for $14.99 and pop your postage on there as well. And I should think for a pair of jeans under a kilo, then I choose Yodel, £2.69, and I pass that on to the buyer. So those are your 5 tips from me. Are you opening an eBay store in 2025 and you don't know where to start? The 5 tips I can give you are: don't have a business account, don't start with a store, set up a personal account. Don't go out and buy expensive lighting equipment, use your mobile phone and natural light. Don't go out and buy expensive backdrops, use a white surface or a white piece of card on the bottom of your item and on the back of your item. Don't go out and spend a load of money on inventory. Start small with items around the house until you've got the hang of it. And the 5th and final point, don't go with what the prices are in eBay that haven't been sold yet. Go to the drop down menu on sold and look at 3 or 4 items that have sold similar to your item and pick the highest one. So that's all from me today on how to set up an eBay store in 2025 if I was doing it today. Now let's take a look at some solds from the garage. So this was absolutely brilliant. I paid 10 pence for this item. It's a razor strop. It's an old-fashioned razor sharpening strop that they used to have in barbers and different places like that. I got £34 for it. Plus the buyer paid for postage, £2.69. This was a German item, vintage, quite rare, and I paid 10 pence for it, so that was brilliant. These 3 framed pictures were vintage, Bolting the Fox by J. Harris and H. Elkin. I paid £1 for them at Ford Car Boot and I got £25 for them, plus the buyer paid £5.21 postage, so that was a great profit. And there was actually quite a bit of water damage or aging damage in the white card around the pictures, so I was absolutely made up with that profit margin. Picture was from my friend's lockup that I go to. I got £15 for it. I never paid it, but I did have to pay postage on this one, and it was quite a big heavy picture, so not too much profit there. In fact, I think I probably made a loss overall on that, so I've learnt my lesson with pictures. Next up were these Calvin Klein trousers. I paid £1 for them and got 11 for them, but I had to pay for postage on those. This oil and vinegar Samsonite condiment jars, they were free from my friend's Skip Dive, and I got $10.99 for them, but I had to pay $2.69 postage on those. These little junior Ray-Ban sunglasses someone bought for a 14-year-old. They're absolutely tiny, and I'd put in the description they were for a very young child. I thought they'd be about a 4-year-old, but actually a lady bought them for a 4-year-old, and they were too small for her as well. So I would say a 1 to 2-year-old, so they sent them back, and of course I refunded them straight away, but I did get £30 for those. And finally, this little musical wind-up Sankyo Japanese keyring. It still worked. I paid £1 for it and I got £15 plus £2.69 postage. So some really good sales going through from the auction. So that's all from me today. I hope those 5 tips for you setting up your eBay store have been helpful. And if you'd like me to elaborate and go through anything else on eBay or YouTube, what I've learned so far, then I'm happy to do that. So please do subscribe to the channel, share it, like it, tell your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.